Welcome to today's episode where we talk about horror stories of the most horrific kind.
Some tell me you've been playing Wolfenstein too much.
Yeah, maybe. Welcome back to Doom and Corruption. I am Doom Waves.
Corruption.
And we are here once again, and I'm going to just take my arms off of the table because I keep making the camera shake, and that is not acceptable.
Yeah.
Today we're talking about horror stories that, as gamers, I'm sure most of you can identify with. And if you can't identify with this, then I applaud you because it's better to not identify with this. I've seen some other videos like this where people talk about this very subject, and it's always kind of cool to swap stories. So today we're going to talk about those horror stories of losing your save file on a video game.
Save file corrupted. And it's not even by me.
Yeah. It's doom comes to the corrupted file. Very punny there.
Yeah.
We got a pun there. But anyway, we're back at Corruption's place. And he has a YouTube channel, by the way.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know this yet, go check his channel out. It'll be in the description, of course, in the crotch box, as I like to call it. And so yeah, we'll get started here. I'll let you go first. What do you got?
Oh, my first horror story that pissed me off to no end, which I've told you a few times, was originally on PlayStation 1, Final Fantasy VII.
Dun dun dun!
I love this game. The game is probably damn near number one on my favorite list. But admittedly, I've never beat this game.
And why is that?
I had played this, and when I was younger, I didn't understand a whole lot of the mechanics yet, so I was basically just grinding it without Knights of the Round, without quad magic, without all the good stuff that's going to help you actually beat this whole damn thing. So, I end up getting to Crater without Knights of the Round, without quad. I actually beat Genova, and then I go into Sephiroth. Sephiroth is taking me for friggin' ever to beat. I fight Sephiroth, which I believe the first form is Bizarro Sephiroth. I finally killed this one, and I go into Safer Sephiroth. If it's not, it's the other way around. I'm in a 40-minute battle at this point with Safer Sephiroth. 40 minutes of just trying to stay alive and curing without my main healer, because I never let you revive that damn healer. If fans of the game know. And our town is notorious on clear sunny days. We get brownouts. Power goes out.
Brownout.
Yeah.
Not blackouts, brownout.
Yeah. The power goes out during this battle. I'm pissed already because I just lost 40 minutes of battle. So I was figuring I'd just wait a day, come back after I'm not so pissed off. Next day comes around, I go to load the game. Save data corrupted.
Ouch.
I lost that entire save file.
Man, I've never even played that game, but just knowing that it's like a 3-disc game and losing all of that, oh, I cannot imagine. How many hours?
I couldn't even begin to tell you anymore. It was probably a good 30 to 40 plus.
I was going to say it had to be at least 30 hours.
Because I actually had to do a lot of grinding just to stay competitive with Sephiroth without those materials that I needed. It just was frustrating to no end. To this day, like I said, I've never beat the game. I love it. I'll still play it like nonstop. I can speed run disc 1 in one day, less than that even. I'll get to Crater. I'm done. The game is over for me. That's the whole game right there, is getting to Crater.
Well, you have it on PSN now.
PSN, yeah.
Do you plan on finishing the fight?
You know, one of these days...
Since the save file can't necessarily get corrupted, well, unless you're just PS3 just totally shoots craps.
And both of my systems are on like their last leg now, so I don't know if I trust it.
What will be the true test is if you get there, and then your PS3 just takes a big shit.
Yeah.
That'll be the sign that says you are not meant
to finish this game.
To finish Final Fantasy VII.
Well, I've thought about actually buying it on Steam now and doing it on PC as well.
We just talked about that, yeah.
And I used to have it on PC before, because before Steam, we actually had a long box Final Fantasy VII for Windows, 95?
Did you have that?
I had that. And
Where'd it go?
It died.
It died.
It died. It got lost in one of my moves. And,
Another sad story.
yeah. Well, Final Fantasy VII is like, it's bad luck with me. Like,
It's your Achilles heel.
yeah. I've owned, I think, 3 copies on PlayStation 1, and every time, Disc 2 gets jacked up. I don't know how, why. Sometimes it gets a gouge in it that I didn't even know. Somebody borrows it, they've all broke. All Disc 2s have just like, no, we're done. So
And maybe the PSN version is truly the version to be all and end all.
yeah, no disc, yeah.
All right, well, I'll just go ahead and get mine out of the way because I just have one. He might have another one. I'm sure that it's happened in other times too, and sometimes I can remember like coming back after a longer period of time, not like a really long time, like with retro games and the batteries just being crap and losing progress that way. But now when it came to like, we're talking like Zelda, where I maybe made it to like the 5th or 6th dungeon, in one sitting, and then just went away, and then come back a couple days later and put it back in. It's gone. But the cartridge is like 25 years old. I can understand it.
Yeah.
I'm all right with it. And I'm not thrilled about it, but I'm okay with it. This one happened yesterday. That's what prompted the idea for this video. Okay, so we got to set up the story just a little bit. I'm playing Dragon Warrior 2. I'm playing it on the Game Boy Advance. I started it a while back, probably like the last part of last year, so like 6 months ago. Not crazy long time ago, but kind of a while back. Probably should have played it more by now. But that's neither here nor there. So, last podcast, Dustin, Steve, and I were discussing our favorite games of all time, and Dragon Warrior 1 is one of my very favorite games of all time. Top 10 in there somewhere. I didn't really number it. So that prompted me to put back in the cartridge and try to play through Dragon Warrior 2 and try to get it to some level of completion. So I played it off and on for a few days, hour here, hour there, and grinded a little bit and got past where I had gotten stuck at. And then last night I just really didn't know what to play. My wife was gone helping a friend set up for her wedding, so I was just like, at some point I just decided, okay, I'm just going to put Dragon Warrior 2 in. I'm just going to play and see what happens, whatever, see if I get bored of it or whatever. And that was about 9 o'clock last night, and she got home about 2, and I had to force myself to stop playing. Like, I'd actually done quite a bit. I got pretty far. I had gone lots of places, done tons of exploring, got lots of items, several levels for all 3 party members. I was kicking ass. I was having fun. So she gets home about 2 o'clock. I turn it off. I save. I turn it off. Take the cartridge out of the Game Boy player. Stick it in my Game Boy Advance. And I head into the bedroom. We watched a show. I ate a sandwich. It was good sandwich. Wife falls asleep. So I say, I'm wired at this point. I've had like a 2-liter of Diet Dr. Pepper in like 4 or 5 hours. I was wired. I was ready to go. So I turn the game on, boots up, and the screen is just like blank. It's frozen. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is. I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. I don't know what else to do, so I turn the system off, take the cartridge out, stick it back in real good, turn it on. We're terribly sorry. The game file has been erased.
Oh.
Huh? Oh my god. So we're talking probably about 20 hours of Dragon Warrior 2. A game that I already have a love-hate relationship with because it's annoyingly long. Like, the game itself is not aesthetically any harder than Dragon Warrior 1, really. You've got more party members, and the battles are bigger because there's more enemies on the screen, and there are more things that could go wrong. But it's not necessarily any harder. And it just takes longer because the map is like 3 times the size. So it takes forever to get anywhere. It takes forever to grind because you got to grind 3 people.
So it's just sluggish.
Oh, it's sluggish, and it's. But I was finally to a point where I was making good progress, staying alive more than 2 battles, and just, oh, man, I can't believe that happened. Needless to say, I'm probably gonna just shelf it because I really don't feel like restarting the game to play that 10 hours of hell that is the beginning of Dragon Warrior 2 again. Maybe in the future, but for now, F it.
You know how I feel with Final Fantasy
Oh my
7.
god! And I wasn't even at the end of the game.
I know.
I mean, I really have no way to judge where I was just based on like a walkthrough that I was looking at. I can say that I was probably 2/3 of the way through, maybe 3/4 of the way. You know, not really that close to the end, but way closer to the end than I was to the beginning.
Yeah.
And just all that grinding. Oh my god! And the NES cartridges, like if you're playing the NES version, it's way worse. Like, the Game Boy Color version goes so much faster, but still, it just takes forever to get anything done in Dragon Warrior 2. So I'm considering at this point, I'm kind of at a crossroads, because I've already kind of decided that I'm going to shelf Dragon Warrior 2 for now, but I don't know if I want to jump right in and play Dragon Warrior 3, which I kind of want to do because I hear that it's tons better than 2 from a lot of sources, or if I just want to just shelf Dragon Warrior for the time being. I really don't know. I don't know what I'm going to play next, but I'm shelving Dragon Warrior 2.
Just do what I did with Final Fantasy 7. I shelved it for a good 2-3 years before playing it.
So that is my main horror story, and it is a doozy. It's been weighing on my heart all day today, and that sounds so lame to say that I'm so like physically affected by something that pissed me off about a video game, but damn it, I put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, a lot of time, man.
Well, you got another one, don't you?
Yeah, I had one again that happened now on my PlayStation 2, and I'm starting to see a theme with my Sony consoles. God damn it, I love them. I was playing Silent Hill 2 back in the day, and I made it decently far into that. I remember I fought the doorman creature. They're technically not part of James's nightmare, if I remember right. They're like Maria's, maybe. I can't recall whose now. And I've gotten past there. I'm in the, I think the asylum or whatever. And I'm making good progress. And again, with our town, brownout goes during the time I'm saving a file. And I kind of had that inclination that something was going to go screwy. Load the game back up. Save file corrupted.
And not the good kind of corruption.
No.
We're talking about the shit kind of corruption. God.
What was that called? Washington, D.C., maybe? I don't know. Whoops.
But anyway.
Other than that, like the most recent thing I did, like I told you, was on Wednesday, which was now, 2 days ago?
Today's Friday, yeah.
Yeah, 2 days ago. My internet wasn't holding connection for nothing, so I couldn't get on to play Firefall. I'm pissed off already that my internet's not working. So I decided I'm going to play Dragon's Dogma offline. And I'm losing in this Bitter Black Isle boss fight. And I decided, well, I'm just going to do the retry from last checkpoint, because I didn't want to walk back up the damn stairs to the Riftstone. I don't know why. So I just hit retry from last checkpoint, not realizing that the checkpoint system isn't quite what you think it is. I got taken back probably about 2 Riftstones ago, and I've lost some gear that not too bad to lose, but not great either.
Sorry.
Oh, earthquake.
Camera earthquake, I kicked the table.
We're in Kansas, not California. So I lost some gear, but nothing too major. And I lost some experience points, but damn it, I was mad.
That actually happened to me when I was playing Dragon's Dogma 2. Like, I was shocked that I was so... Like, I lost probably like 2 hours. And that's a lot in Dragon's Dogma, because, I mean, it's not really a slow-moving game. It actually moves along quite well, like, as long as you keep moving. and I had a long way to trek back, and some of the battles take a little longer, but I mean it wasn't too bad. I really wanted to get back to that game actually. Maybe I'll buy that.
Yeah, or I can let you borrow the other copy I got.
That might happen.
Especially now that Dark and Risen's out and you get the new DLC content, Bitter Black Isle, and it's got an easy mode now. Yeah, they patched now. You've got easy mode and hard mode, speedrun mode, which I'm not doing that.
I still got my save file, so I'll probably just continue right where I'm at.
Yeah.
But I still got like so many of your other games that I haven't played yet.
Like I miss them.
I really want to put in Deus Ex. I haven't put that in yet. I'm kind of edgy though, because actually, I mean, this isn't really like one of the horror stories that much. I put in Final Fantasy VII also like a couple weeks ago, and I played for probably, I don't know, hour and a half, and I come back a little bit later and boot it up, and my memory card had shot craps, I guess, because it didn't keep my save file, which was weird because like when I booted up the game, my save file wasn't there, but if I just like looked at the memory card, like just on the browser or whatever, it said that it was there, but I couldn't access it. So I don't know what the deal was, but then like I realized too that another game's file wasn't on there either. Like,
well, sometimes in Final Fantasy VII, I noticed it took some time to actually read the memory card, and I don't know why.
maybe it's there then. I haven't got rid of the memory card.
If you recall,
yet.
when we tried booting it up on the PS3, I was sitting there
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
out like,
Yeah.
where's my save? And then finally it's like, oh wait, here it is.
Even on the PS3 hardware, it was still maybe they just want to give you that mini heart attack.
Yeah.
Of thinking that your save file is gone. But anyway, let's wrap this one up. Keep it short. We're at like 17 minutes long.
Yeah.
Well, shorter than our usual like half-hour rants, but yeah, be sure and share with us your horror stories also if you would like. That'd be all right. And once again, we'll leave a crotch box description for Mr. Corruption's channel. I don't know. He's got a couple of videos up now, but I don't know how often he's going to do them.
I've got 2 up now. I might actually do another video tonight after all this. And then in the coming week, there will be some different kind of content. I made a purchase that, should change things up a little bit, just so that I'm not constantly talking to myself in front of the camera.
Talking to a camera. Yeah, you get used to it.
Yeah, I'll get used to it, but damned if it's still not weird.
It is a little weird. Especially like right now, I'm staring at myself because I can see myself on the camera. So I just keep looking at myself talk. And
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's really weird, especially considering what my job primarily is.
Surveillance.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.